So while everyone's getting settled, I think this proves that some films make you lose the will to live and some films make you feel fantastic. I'm not going to say which is which. I think tonight, for me, though, the big wonder was I never thought I'd be in a position where I'd be looking at a film and getting the same feeling as I had, like, sort of, 30-odd years ago when I watched Un Chien Andalou by Louis Buñuel. But that Night Fright has to be Liverpool's answer to surrealism. It was, it was a surreal film. And Kazuya, A Merry Christmas, and the piano short was so aspirational. And every single theme that came out through the night touched me in some way. I think the one common denominator I've got, having spent my entire life being battered into the sort of the milieu of television, is that I'm going to ask the filmmakers this anyway, but I think, having seen your films up there on the screen, and maybe you've seen them at festivals or you've seen them at other places, but I'm pretty convinced that every time I see a short film, it's always too long. And afterwards, when you talk to a lot of young filmmakers, particularly about their films, having seen them in front of a real audience for the first time, and I know that's not the case with all of you, they all want to run away and completely re-edit it or chop it in half. And I don't know, hi Ian, I know a few people here. I suppose I should start by trying to get everyone in here. Am I right in guessing that the sort of level of proficiency, if you like, the level of experience, let's say, sort of at the start was, we had the sort of virgins, and as we came further through, and I'm just wondering, after having, where's Johnny Parker? Hiya, Johnny. So after having seen, absolutely, the Butcher was hot, man. No wonder all those women chased him. The Butcher was hot. But have you screened this film anywhere else?
Yeah, actually, I managed to squeeze it in on the back end of a Future Shorts showing last year, because I was repping for them in Liverpool. And I said, you might get a few more people in if we had a local film in. So I squeezed my own film on the end. And it did double the audience, because I had all my family and friends coming to watch it. So
no, it's always a good idea to take family and friends to screenings, particularly the early ones. I mean, so you've seen it a couple of times now on the big screen.
Yeah.
So did you go away and re-edit it after the first screening?
No, that's exactly the same. But I did think in my head that there was a couple of things that I could have done to...
Do you think there's anything you can do in the edit suite?
Probably, yeah, but I wouldn't go back and do it now because it's like finished.
On to the next one.
Yeah, but I'd take that into the next one now.
What is the next one?
Well, the next one was 20 seconds after that. 10 minutes to 20 seconds. And then I'm up to 3 minutes again now. So I'm working my way back up again.
And
I just done one for 4 Docs, a 3-minute one about the writers on Under the Mud.
Oh, fabulous. Because Under the Mud's doing really, really... I was in Under the Mud, so I'm going to praise it. Played a priest. That's what I do now, play priests.
Well, it was their story. The theme was, it's good to know. So it was good to know that 18 youngsters from across Liverpool had got together and written a feature film. I got it made and got a DVD out. But the tough side of it was I showed them in the market down in Old Hall Street, a farmer's market, trying to sell the DVDs in between the cheese and the sweets. and they only sold 3 all day, and I bought 2. So it's tough, you know, if you haven't got a major distributor to...
Yeah, but
to
the
back
bottom
it.
line is if people like the product, they're going to buy it. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't know about the product, they can't buy it.
That's right,
And
yeah.
any means necessary. Because I'm aware of talking to it, is there anything you want to say about any of the other films or anything else?
Well, I loved them all, really. There wasn't any that I didn't like.
So
yeah.
you're going to be dishonest as
Yeah.
well.
I
are you?
particularly like Jack's film.
You're made for the business. Bullshit will get you far.
Well, I think if anybody wants to do it, Oscar Wilde said the successful people are the people who do things. So if you've done it, I think, you
I'd
don't
go
know
as
where
far as
people are
maybe
on
the people who
you
rip
know,
people off are successful.
some people are starting at the beginning, some people are well down the line, and when you look at a film, you don't know where they are on that line, so you just got to appreciate the effort, haven't you?
Excellent. Can we talk to Mike Donaghy, or Donaghy, as I would pronounce it?
Yeah, Donaghy.
Chocolate Moon. Well, that was like sketches, wasn't it?
Yeah. We've done like a show which is slightly longer than that.
Can I ask you, was it like a show reel to sort of present comedy talents, or was it just something you wanted to do? I was thinking, why have they made this structure?
Well, first it's I worked with someone called Alex Moran who's up there, and he's the
Wave
writer.
Alex. Yeah, Alex.
So it's a collaborative thing both of us did, and he wrote a load of comedy sketches, and I just said, let's make some. We went out and did it.
I particularly like the Hollyoaks. Do you know what? You got it absolutely right for television. Absolutely right across the board.
So tell me what you like, tell me what you like. I'll tell you what I like, tell you what I like. So tell me what you like, tell me what you like. I'll tell you what I like, tell you what I like. I really like, really like girly music.
And it makes it funnier when it's realer, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think that was one that I just read the script and thought, this is quite funny, so let's go for it. But I know what you were saying about showcasing great talent, because I think we sort of, I don't think we set out thinking we were going to come up with, we were going to get such a great cast, but we kind of just used online sites like Casting Call Pro and came across a lot of great actors, which we.
So you
wanna
had to
work with
use
again.
quite a professional approach and a methodical approach, almost militaristic approach, to put it together and getting a cast, getting people in place.
I think we did. That's come from my experience from making films in the past. That's the process I've used. So I quite like picking the cast quite selectively.
How many times have you seen this on a big screen
3 times now.
at different festivals and things?
No. Actually, it was here. Because I work here, I managed to get a screening for friends and family.
Okay.
Privilege.
Again, any means necessary. Would you get it? Would you change it? Having sat in front of different audiences, particularly if this is probably a more realistic audience. If your previous one was it was cast and crew screening.
Yeah, I think there's tiny little things that I'd like to tweak, but now
Just tweak.
I've sat editing it like for hours and hours and hours. It's I don't want to edit
Would you
it
let
anymore
anyone
now.
else edit it?
If they wanted to.
No, it's just that it strikes me that film is just, we were talking about editing before, and film is very, I mean, there's individual voices and visions. Some people have done very individual pieces that just require a sole voice, I guess. But that benefit of having someone else who isn't as close as you are to the piece, having that fresh viewpoint is always beneficial.
It was weird making comedy like that, because you become so familiarized
Well,
with
it's
it.
interesting you mentioned that, because comedy's the hardest, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. We ended up doing a lot of test screenings with family and friends, and always just showing it to different people every time we did a new edit, and then
And studying them.
yeah.
Listen again, because of this whole time factor. VJ, where's VJ? Sitting next to me, I didn't even recognise you there, lad. We know each other of old. So you go all the way to Delhi to make your film, and you
Well-
live here.
Well, absolutely, you can say that, because I've been on and off to India quite a while, Mumbai, Delhi, which is my home place, but lived here more than what I've lived in India. So always fascinates me to make a film in India. This is my 5th short film. 4th short film was shot here, 3 of them shot in London. But this time I thought, why not? You know, I should make one in India, basically. And it's, as you see, it's titled Audition. You know, basically, gives you the message straight away for a struggling actor. वैसे ऑडिशन के लिए कौन आया था?
लोटा वाला जी.
No problem, no problem. आपको तो ऑडिशन की जरूरत ही नहीं, और आप तो खुद में ही एक कलाकार हैं.
Thank you so much.
एक्चुअली सर हम सभी एक्टर बनना चाहते हैं और ये है मेरी खास फ्रेंड.
But no, I mean, I think we've all heard the tale. Particularly, it's part of the Liverpool mythology as well, about actors going to auditions and then the busy maker. I'm sure someone like Stephen Graham got an audition for Lock Stock like that, didn't he? Does anyone know the actor Stephen Graham? Just in case I'm telling a complete pile of shite. No, he. So it's and people ripping people off, betrayal. I just thought the thing that came across was the betrayal. I liked the kid who played that character, by the way.
The Samir, the guy, the main
yeah,
guy.
the main
Absolutely,
guy.
very good actor. He's a stage artist in Delhi, actually. You know, he does very well for himself. But basically, this is a universal theme, as Chris, you just mentioned, goes everywhere in an actor's life, you know, wherever they are. And I myself started as an actor, so I know what goes on, basically. And this guy, Samir, this idea came to me. I met a couple of the guys while I was doing a workshop in Mumbai. And this guy I used to meet every single day, and he used to come holding a bag saying, I've got 2 diplomas from 2 different acting schools, you know, every day. And the frustration on his face, you know. So one day, and he couldn't get anywhere. He couldn't get any TV work or films. But every single day he was saying this, you know, I've done all this. And look at the actors, you know, who are the stars, you know, they just go there. They haven't got no diplomas, nothing, you know. So basically, he was very frustrated guy.
I've got a similar tale. Someone coming and saying to me, I'm a fully qualified actor. What have you done? Oh, I haven't done anything yet, but I'm a fully qualified actor. Here's my certificates. And yeah, he was qualified. I mean, I don't think there's any experience is a big thing. Just because it's a sort of, it was all completely post-production and everything was done in India.
Was done in Mumbai.
In Mumbai.
Absolutely.
Okay. And all, sadly, I know of Mumbai as people running around with guns and whatever
Not really,
else.
no,
I know, of course, it's not
what
like
they
that.
call Bollywood,
But
basically.
it's actually nice to hear, well, of course, yeah, but it's nice to hear of other things coming out of it. And the fact that there's this massive global traffic between Liverpool, Merseyside, and Mumbai and Delhi.
More traffic in Mumbai.
Yeah,
okay,
it's that. So it was all post-produced in there as
Absolutely.
well.
Shot,
Music, everything.
Everything was
And
done.
that's the first time I've seen you act.
Did you really?
It's the first time
All
I've
right.
seen
The
you
last
act.
time we worked together, if you remember.
Okay, yeah,
My
yeah.
film Johnny, you were
Yeah,
the executive producer there. I never acted in that one. So, well, I hope you liked it.
Having seen it, how many times have you seen it on the big screen? I want to ask everyone.
This is my 4th time.
Okay,
basically.
and would you go in there and change anything again, or are you sort of taking the sort of same attitude as Johnny, that on to pastures new?
I think, Chris, every filmmaker, whenever they finish or complete one film, when they look at it, they always find something loose somewhere. You know, they want to do it again. But I personally feel, no, I think I better move on and start. my
Okay,
next
fair
film,
enough
basically.
comment. Nice one. Tommy Everett, the poem. Very Wilfred Owen,
Cheers. Thanks
but
very
with
much.
a lovely original voice. Did you come up with all the images as well?
No, I had a partner, Glenn, who's in the background there. Glenn, put your hand up.
Wave Glenn,
Yeah.
or I've seen Glenn come in
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, he edited up most of it, and we joined forces and put it together.
And is it how many films have you made?
That was the first one, wasn't it, Glenn?
Go away, was it?
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
And brave, letting everyone see it. I had to shit myself. About the first 10 films I made,
Well,
no one got to see.
But, is your name Bernard?
Yeah,
Bernard.
Chris, but
Chris, sorry. Chris Barnard, yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't a heart transplant fella, no?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm too old to have been named after him, but
Yeah, okay. But he was a famous heart surgeon.
yeah,
Same name.
same name, yeah.
Well, what happened, Chris?
Christian by name, but not, I might add, by nature.
No. Well, what happened, Chris? I went on a tournament, football tournament. I'm a football manager. A couple of the players that are in here tonight. And I showed them. We won the tournament, by the way. 24 teams in it, all different nationalities. We were the only English team in it. And we won it, and we're called St. John's, right?
Yeah.
We're blowing our team up here. And 2 of the players are over there somewhere. Put your hands up, Keith. Tommy, put your hand up.
Yeah, put your hands up, footballers. We want to see footballers. Better than boring filmmakers any day. Come on.
Anyway, they're not putting their hand up. Anyway, I showed them, there was like 35 of us in our group, and I showed them, and they were all moved by it because it came from the heart. I've been to Belgium, the war graves, many times with a group of people. They used to go every year, and it's about 35.
Did you lose family? I mean, it would be a long time back.
It's like an
but-
adult education
Okay,
group.
okay.
And we've been to Chavanz's grave.
Because it's the First World War you mainly refer
That's right,
to,
yeah. I was more interested in the First World
Yeah.
War because of all the tragedies of all the young men that died, kids of 14, 15.
So is filmmaking, is it sort of something you're going to get into to express what you do? Because I'm guessing I'd very little opportunity to research anything about anyone tonight, but I'm guessing you're a sort of poet.
Well, I do poetry.
Yeah. And do you like the idea of using visual poems, using visuals?
Yeah, well,
Would you actually take a camera out and start
Well,
shooting?
Glenn does that. Well, I might do a few photographs of certain things or sketch stuff,
Yeah.
and I make a story out of it, and in picture form, and then try to put it together.
So do you think if you had access to, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, obviously there's some really high-end production value here, and people are making stuff with, slightly less sophisticated equipment. And I suppose the analogy of whether it's charcoal or whether it's a full set of paints, it doesn't matter. You're still giving an impression. You're still putting across an idea, touching people with your artistry. But you like to have access to more sophisticated, because I think it would have benefited from a lot more sophisticated equipment. And what I particularly noticed in it, and what I thought was really good, was particularly on the end when you've got the final big shout. All those sort of timed explosions. I was just thinking, but this is being reference to having access to some really amazing software and edit facility, especially to keep the quality up there. But you want to talk to Leon and other people around, because I bet there's people who can put you onto that. Having seen it, would you want to change anything?
There's only one thing that I would have changed, and that was the gas mask.
Yeah.
It was more primitive than that.
Yeah.
It was like in a V shape.
Okay, so these are like sort of research
things, yeah.
elements, but overall the effect of it, you wouldn't touch it.
No, not really.
So none of you have got the bottle to go back and change it so far. I just have a theory that I'm playing on you. Nice talking to you, Tommy.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm having to go through everyone, so I
Okay,
want to,
thanks very
Ian
much.
Evergreen was just.
Hi,
Can I
Chris.
ask you, was that a personal story?
Oh, and those silk stockings. Just thinking of those silk stockings.
No,
Did you fancy someone's ma when you were a kid? Is what I'm asking you.
I'm
we all
sure.
wanna
I'm
know.
sure. For all the gentlemen who are among us tonight, we've all had our stories at some point in time.
Yeah, it was my mate's dad.
But it wasn't
with
my
me,
personal
but I mean,
story. No, it
You
wasn't.
know, let's not
Anyway.
let gender get in the way.
The writer's Helen Keeler, by the way. Where's Helen? Is Helen here?
Well
There
done,
she is.
Helen. Well done. Well, you've actually got quite a long experience of just about everything, I guess. You've probably done a bit of everything, haven't you, over the years?
Easy now. Where you going
No, I
with
mean,
this?
as in, that your sort of filmmaking skills.
Yeah.
And what attracted you to that story then?
I don't know where he's going with it. Sorry, Chris, what do you say?
It's the duty of all good directors to mesmerise. As someone said of me once, Chris Bernard can make you eat your own shit and believe it's avocado pear. You've got to, it's just sorry, rude, but nevertheless it is true. So it was basically a script that you were given.
Yeah, we shot the film for Liverpool Kino, which started in, when was it, John? Early September?
So that's
Early
one of these 2-3 day things?
2-3 days. We actually had a week. I shot that in 2 days. Liverpool Kino was a collective what we kind of brought together for Liverpool filmmakers, directors, musicians, actors, makeup artists, and so on and so on. Basically a big pool where people could actually get together, and if they had an idea or a film or they needed help from various other sources, they could grab from this pool and make it happen. So the Liverpool Kino, the first Kino was on the 27th of September. So yeah, 2 days, and that was it basically.
But that's actually an incredible achievement, such a little amount of time.
Thank
and
you
is that
very
going to
much.
happen again?
Yeah, we've just had the second one on Sunday, 6th of December, in Studio 2. We've just had the second one.
And
which
so
was-
basically there's a provision of basic equipment, a shooting kit.
Yeah,
edit
everybody,
facilities.
you know, whether you're a professional or you're just getting into the business, it's about just sharing what you have, sharing your knowledge, sharing your kit, sharing your ideas, and just making it happen, really.
And can I ask you, would you change anything about it? Having seen it, how many times have I asked you this? How many times you've seen it in front of an audience?
This is the second time.
Second time. So
Second
on the
time.
basis of it being the second time and a sort of
First time on the big screen. When you see a film on the big screen, as a director, you're always like that. Oh, I should have hit that cable, or I should.
Well, it basically amplifies everything. I mean,
Basically,
everyone can see
yeah,
the
so-
disparity between a 38-inch TV and whatever 20-foot television. And so every single blemish is amplified.
I think I'll probably go back in to the edit suite and maybe tweak it again.
What's this tweak thing?
Well, just like I say, those fine little moments what only a director sees from that image, what he actually envisions when he actually makes the
Ian,
film.
believe me, the audience see them as well. Honestly. That's what you're picking up on when you sit there.
Good.
But it was, it touched me because I had similar feelings to the characters in the script when I was young, and I've been in a similar. I think it was
Yeah.
a story